Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, if you notice this little drone in my hand and it looks kind of familiar, that's because I reviewed this drone about 6 weeks ago. This is the V66. It's a little DJI Neo knockoff. Now, it's very late in the evening, so I apologize that the lighting is not great, but it really makes these blue LEDs stand out. I think the drone looks really awesome in this lighting. Now, I reviewed this, like I said, about 6 weeks ago, but I didn't actually give you guys a flight time for this. In this video, the original review has almost gone viral with almost 100,000 views. It's very, very popular. A lot of people are searching for this drone because they want something like a Neo, but they're not paying much. This drone's well under $30 on Aliexpress. So I thought I'd go ahead and make a follow-up video on this because you figure people are probably searching for this. You're probably wanting to know what kind of flight time does this little drone have. Now you can probably hear the cars going by. It is a very, very light sprinkle, but I don't think that's going to affect the drone. It's not pouring rain. Let's just get up in the air now and see how long it flies. Now I'm going to use a timer on my phone, so I'm not going to have the app connected, so we're not going to have any onboard footage with this drone, but I can tell you that the camera is very, very poor. So let me get my timer going on my phone, and we'll get this drone up in the air and see how long it flies. All right, I got the timer on all zeros. Let's go ahead and start it up and see what kind of flight time we get. Now I do have it in the highest rate. Let's just start the motors up and then give it throttle again. Now it does flash a lot. It's kind of strange because it's not actually low voltage. It just intermittently flashes. That's just what the drone does. It's not so easy to see in the daytime. It will actually beep at you when it reaches low voltage. I believe it was an 1800 milliamp 1S LiPo in there. These little brushed motors. It doesn't have the greatest flight time. Now it's fighting headwind there, so I'm going to keep it really close. I'm not going to be able to fly it around real freely because this little drone struggles being so lightweight. So I fly it very far away, and then wind, it's not real windy. Again, this is just such a lightweight drone that I'm going to end up, it's going to end up getting blown away. So it's not going to be real free, open flying video because of the wind, even though, again, it's not real bright, real gusty, but see, that's just letting it go in the wind there, and it's blowing from right to left. But the good thing is you're not going to lose sight of this drone with those bright LEDs in this low light. Now this is what this drone tends to do. See how it did that there? It tends to just kind of lose thrust at times. And I think it's just the motors are a little underpowered. Considering that we get brushless drones now that are at this price, it would sure be nice if they went with brushless motors. Even on 1S LiPo, which most of them are at this price, it would make this drone so much more powerful. Or maybe if they considered 3-blade props on each motor, and they're only using your standard 2-blade, even though that's going to shorten the flight time a tad, it's going to give it more thrust, and maybe that would help. But when I was flying this yesterday, I was trying to make this video, and it just came down to my pool. And I was just flying it like this. There was no pilot air, and it didn't want to work until today. I had to let it dry out. And look at that. It just, I don't know what happened. We may have thrown a prop. Let me look and see. Yeah, that's what happened. We threw a prop. I wonder why it just fell out of the air like that. Let me pause the video. And we got almost 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me go and get another prop, so I'm not going to be able to find that. And we'll put that on, and we'll get it back up in the air, so I'll be right back. All right, I got a new prop. Let's go ahead and get it back in the air. I don't know how much longer it's going to fly. Let's go ahead and resume the timer. I'll take it back up. So this drone does seem prone to throwing props. This is the second prop I've lost. And they did give you, I think they gave us 2 extra spare sets, I think. They definitely gave me, well, yeah, they gave you 4. One prop can be used diagonally, so you have 2 different props on a drone. They give you at least a full set, I should say. I haven't looked closely. It's 4 or 8. I didn't know how many was in the bag. But obviously they're aware that this drone throws props. And look how it's just coming to the ground now. We didn't get a low voltage, but it's already, it just kind of loses power. Again, this drone is not very expensive. It looks cool. Flies okay. But it's not great. The camera's very poor. And then just the occasional issues with it kind of losing thrust, combined with throwing props. And here it just came down to the ground. See it? I don't have a low voltage. This is what this did yesterday. And then it kind of has a hard time detecting it's on the ground. I'm going to give it some thrust again, and now we're back in the air. Why it does that, I don't know. Look, it's flying fine now. It just, it loses thrust. It's kind of doing it again. I have no doubt the battery's getting low. But I think it's going to beep at us. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Here we go. It crashed again. Let me go ahead and stop the timer. We're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds now. But I don't want to keep timing while we're sitting here on the ground. It's got to be losing power. That's part of the problem. But I don't think we've hit low voltage yet, oddly enough. Let's go ahead and resume. See, it'll fly fine. And then it just kind of gets, I don't know. Again, I'm thinking it may just be these motors are a bit underpowered. Maybe a little bit of wind was causing that. I don't know. See, look at that. There we go. Down to the ground. So, flying this drone more since I reviewed it initially, I gotta say I would probably pass on this because it's too difficult to fly. It's fairly calm conditions right now, and the rain's let up. Then again, you're not spending a lot of money, so do keep that in mind. If you're looking for this in the USA, make sure it's from a warehouse in the US, because if you add the 54% tariffs on top of this drone, then you're probably going to be adding, whoa, and it just threw another prop, and the battery flew out. Well, we got 5.5 minutes out of it. Be honest with you guys, I don't feel like trying to go get another prop for this drone, and it's just, this drone sucks. Okay, at this point I'm sick of this drone. But you can see here we got 5.5 minutes. I don't think we've got much more battery left, maybe another 30 seconds, maybe you can get 6 minutes. I've seen people say they get 3. It's obviously much better than that. But man, I mean, this thing is throwing 3 props now on me. And oddly enough, the first flight I didn't have it throw any props. So yes, I could go get another prop. Hopefully I have another prop of this, this props and this prop and this prop and this prop are the ones that you want to match. Otherwise the drone will just flip over when you try to take off. Alright guys, that gives you guys a rough estimate. I apologize. I mean, I think you'd be fed up too at this point, between it throwing the prop, 2 props, and the battery flies out. Yesterday it lands in my pool and I thought it was ruined. Like I said, I'm done with this drone. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, like content like this and RC drones, stuff like that, please consider subscribing. While you click the bell and you're notified when I upload new videos. And as always guys, have a wonderful day.
The power of the dark side.